old lady book club party.
A bike rally in Unadilla, Georgia.
A county fair.
A Sports Hall of Fame museum.
The strangest place I've ever played a gig would probably have to be... I have played, believe it or not, in grocery stores. I started touring and performing anywhere I could when I was 11. I would go to the extent of even playing in grocery stores if I could, if they would let me.
When you're starting off, you will take wherever you can get.
Pizza restaurants, parking lots, a hospital.
Strangest place I've ever played a gig. I played at an older ladies book club party one time. It was a get-together for, I assumed, like, talk about books they read that month, but there weren't any books there. I just played and they just drank wine the whole time.
I actually got paid by a group of people to stop playing music so they could have a conversation. I kid you not, the guy walked up and he goes, "If I gave you $200, would y'all stop singing for the rest of the night?"
I think one of the strangest places I've ever played was on the back of a truck at a county fair. I was just like, is this okay? Is this safe?
I got asked to be part of this motorcycle rally. That was kind of my rowdier years.
What's gonna happen? We don't know.
I kicked a guy off stage because he wanted to get up and fight. You just had to flow with the punches. There wasn't security. You handled it yourself. And it was a fun time, a weird time, but it turned out to be fun.
I started singing when I was 9 years old in a gospel choir that was near to my house. So I found out what I wanted to sing at a very young age and kind of who I wanted to be.
I knew I wanted to play music for a living pretty much the first time that I ever stepped foot on stage. I was 14 years old. I was like, I could do this for the rest of my life.
I think I figured out I had a passion for music when I was pretty young. That old traditional country music and how it told a story, I think I kind of fell in love with that. I think I'd ride around and just cry all day if I could, writing those kind of old, sad country songs. That's my favorite.
After I got out of college, I was like, okay, now I really get to figure out who I am. That's when I really started getting into what kind of songs I wanted to write and who I wanted to be. I think owning who you are and embracing who you are as a person is the most important thing you can do.
At 16, I got my full band together, and at 19, I finally got up the nerve to move to Nashville. Slept in my car for a few weeks, did what I had to do, and for 2.5 years, I worked downtown singing honky-tonk songs every single night.
When you're doing stuff year after year after year and it seems as if nothing's happening, you're not having your big breakthrough, it's hard to continue to find motivation and perseverance and to want to keep going.
There was a time when some of that got a little monotonous, playing for the same crowds and in the same venues.
When I was younger, I really struggled with the sacrifices. When you're a young kid, you know, and all your friends are going out on Fridays and Saturday nights and you want to go, but you're performing in Montgomery, Alabama, or wherever it is, it was a lot of sacrifice, but music was the one thing that I was willing to sacrifice anything for.
When you have bigger dreams, it can seem difficult because a lot of people don't think that it's gonna happen because they know how hard it is to get there. And so I had my troubles in school, but I always used negativity as a positive. You know, my dad told me the eagle flies alone and the pigeons flock together. And so any negativity that was thrown at me, I would just kind of use it as fuel.
These last couple of years have been a big change. The first time I felt like I'd really broken through as a country music artist was headlining my own show and getting to sing my song to a new crowd. People singing my songs back to me across the country. That's something that tells you people are buying into what you're doing.
When I looked out in the crowd on my first tour ever and girls were singing along to a song that was just sent to radio, to see them connect and light up when I started singing it meant I'd done everything I had to, and it was good.
For me, the moment I felt like I finally broke through was when I had my first #1 song. It felt like the first time that I was standing on the summit of what I've been trying to reach for a long time and being able to put my fist in the air and say, all right, we did it.
When I heard my song on the radio for the first time, it really surprised me. I was like, oh, sick. That's like a really cool feeling. I'm not just writing my songs for me anymore, they're for everybody.
I received an email to be scouted onto a national television show. I thought it was spam. I was like, there's no way that this can be real, but it ended up being real and it led me to where I am today.
It's a huge wave of emotion.
It was just a really exciting thing for me.
It's a really special feeling.
The best feeling in the world.
It's just a very special moment that you'll never forget. And that's how I broke through.